Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Today, I have some bonus content for you guys. The bonus content we'll be covering today will be in the sport of boxing, inside the boxing world. In today's bonus segment, I'll be sharing my fight prediction for this weekend's fight taking place in the sport of boxing between Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Juan Estrada. So as I get tongue-tied here, this will be my fight prediction for this weekend's fight. This fight will feature Juan Estrada, who will be defending his WBC Super Flyweight Championship against the reigning defending Unified Flyweight Champion, Bam Rodriguez, who holds the WBO and IBF World titles at the Flyweight division. He'll be climbing up in the divisions this weekend to take on Juan Estrada in the Super Flyweight division, trying to steal and capture Juan Estrada's WBC World title. So these are my following storylines heading into this fight. Can Bam Rodriguez reclaim the gold at 115? Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with how the boxing divisions work, the flyweight division in boxing is the weight limit of 112 pounds. The super flyweight division is at 115 pounds. So Bam Rodriguez is moving up one weight class. Can he reclaim gold at this weight class? Because once upon a time, Bam Rodriguez was the reigning defending WBC Super Flyweight Champion a few years ago. He had two successful title defenses, but just felt like he would be better at the flyweight division. So he went on to vacate the WBC World title. Now we're seeing Bam Rodriguez come back to this division, and he's looking to become, once again, he already is a two-division world champion. He's looking once again to reclaim the gold at 115, the WBC world title that he'd never lost. So that's something to look out for in this fight. And last but not least, we're going to see which fighter wants this more. It's a 50-50 fight. I think this fight can go either way. I think this fight has fight of the year written all over it, whether that's men's boxing, women's boxing, in any division this year. I think this fight between Juan Estrada and Bam Rodriguez could be fight of the year. Because in the sport of boxing, it's unfortunate. I think all divisions, if there's a star in a division, it should be talked about more. Like the lightweight divisions of a Gervonta Davis, of Vasily Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson, a heavyweight division like Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, and several others. Several divisions that had big names. But smaller divisions really don't get the love that they should get in the sport of boxing. And I think this fight right here between Bam Rodriguez and Juan Estrada is going to bring the best out of each other. It's going to be bring the best fight for the sport of boxing this year, possibly. And I'm looking forward to this fight because I want to see who wants it more. I think this is arguably the hardest fight of both respective boxers' careers between Juan Estrada and Bam Rodriguez. I don't think they've ever fought great fighters like they're about to face each other. I think that's how great and phenomenal both fighters are. So those are my storylines heading into this fight. Now, my tale of the tape for this fight. You have the challenger, Bam Rodriguez, who is 19-0. He has 12 victories coming away of knockout. He's currently a two-division world champion in the sport of boxing. He's the reigning defending WBO and IBF world champions at the flyweight division. Currently stands at 5'7" and has a reach advantage of 67 inches. Then I'm looking at the champion, Juan Estrada. Juan Estrada is 44. He has 44 victories, 3 losses, 28 victories coming away of knockout. He's also a two-division world champion, reigning defending WBC Super Flyweight Champion. Currently stands at 5'4" and has a reach advantage of 66 inches. So the height and the reach advantage goes to the challenger Bam Rodriguez for this fight. Now, these are the following game plans that I have for these fighters to follow if they want to walk out of Saturday night at Phoenix, Arizona with the coveted WBC Super Flyweight Championship. So starting off with the champion, these are the following game plans that I have for Juan Estrada. So right out the gate, I think Juan Estrada should land the overhand right. Juan Estrada is a really good fighter. But I think his bread and butter, his best weapon in his toolbox and his arsenal and his repertoire is the overhand right hand. And I think watching footage of Juan Estrada, watching his fights in the past, he lands the overhand right hand a lot. And it hurts his opponents. And I think if he can land that overhand right a lot of times in this fight against Bam Rodriguez, it could be in his favor. He could hurt Bam Rodriguez in this fight with landing the overhand right. So I think that could get him to frustrate Bam Rodriguez, earn some points on the judges' scorecards, or possibly hurt him or drop him in this fight. Now, next for Juan Estrada, I think he's got to win the counter-punching battle. Now, Juan Estrada is pretty quick. And, of course, a lot of fighters going to be quick at this size at 115 pounds. But Juan Estrada is really quick and fast in that boxing ring. And he's a pretty good counterpuncher. I've looked at this throughout the last few days for this fight. Bam Rodriguez likes to throw a stiff, mean jab. And he likes to throw it whether he's head-hunting it to land a jab to your face or he's head-hunting to land a strong connective jab to your body. But when Bam Rodriguez extends that jab out, when he's aiming to the body, he doesn't have fast reflexes to react defensively quickly. And I think if Bam Rodriguez shoots for a jab to the body, misses, and then Juan Estrada wins the counter-punching battle, landing 1-2 combinations, getting points on the judges' scorecards, this could lead to Juan Estrada winning this fight. So I think that's going to be something to look out for Bam Rodriguez. If he extends out, once again, try and land a body shot, and Juan Estrada is just there defensively, winning the counter-punching battle with the mistakes that Bam Rodriguez likes to throw, using the jab but not getting back and covering up defensively quick enough. And last but not least, is about this. Woo. Excuse me. Last but not least, I think Juan Estrada to set traps up for Bam Rodriguez. I think if Juan Estrada could frustrate Bam Rodriguez, frustrate him with feints, I think he could capitalize on uppercuts, something that Juan Estrada also likes to do a lot in fights. I think if he could do that and follow these 3 game plans, he has a chance of retaining his WBC Super Flyweight title this weekend in the sport of boxing. Now, let's go on with Bam Rodriguez. These are the following game plans I think he should follow for this fight. Fight at different angles. Now, Bam Rodriguez is a talented fighter. And Bam Rodriguez has a unique style. He's walking down his opponents. And he not only, when you see a fighter walk down their opponent in the sport of boxing, when you think of walking someone down, that means coming straight to you. But Bam Rodriguez does it in a unique way. He likes to walk his opponents down, but also likes to do a crosswalk. And I'm not talking about a pedestrian crossing a crosswalk. I'm literally talking about Bam Rodriguez will bend the right or left knee, come across a crosswalk. I wish you guys could see my knees, but in a crosswalk way of walking his opponents down is set up to land some unique combinations. And I've seen him do this, his unique style, walking opponents down in his previous fights. But definitely, if you look back at that fight against Sonny Edwards, he did the crosswalk over, and was landing down punches on Sonny Edwards. Nextly, I think he has to force the fight to take place in the pocket. If Bam Rodriguez could do that, I think he has a good chance of winning. In my personal opinion, I think Bam Rodriguez is one of the reasons why he is a pound-for-pound top 10 fighter in my eyes right now in the sport of boxing is because the man possesses a lot of power. At a smaller division of 112 or 115 in the super flyweight division or the flyweight division in boxing. And I think if he could do that, force this fight to go fighting in the pocket, Bam Rodriguez has a lot of power, and I think he could possibly hurt Juan Estrada in the pocket, deliver some vicious blows, and possibly make Juan Estrada quit like he did to Sonny Edwards a few months ago in the sport of boxing. Now, with that being said, I think this is going to be a hard, tough fight for both Bam Rodriguez and Juan Estrada. But I'm going to go with Bam Rodriguez to win this fight by knockout. I think he's going to win this fight in the later rounds of 9 through 12 in the championship rounds. And I think Bam Rodriguez is going to knock out Juan Estrada and become the new WBC Super Flyweight champion in the sport of boxing. Now, I believe this fight between Bam Rodriguez and Juan Estrada, like I just said a few moments ago, has the potential to be the fight of the year in the sport of boxing throughout all divisions across the board, man or women's fights in the sport of boxing, because this is just something that is a 50-50 fight, and both fighters are very active, throwing a lot of punches. Both land a lot of punches throughout the fight and in their fights, and I think this is going to be a fun fight to watch. But I think Juan Estrada is going to start off early in the judges' scorecards. He's going to get it off to a good start. I feel like he's going to be moving around the ring and landing a lot of good, clean shots on Bam Rodriguez. But I think Bam Rodriguez in the second half of the fight, once round 5 starts, and all the way until whenever the fight ends, I think that's when Bam Rodriguez is going to pick it up. The style's going to pick up. I think he's going to win the counter-punching battle. And I think he's going to break down Juan Estrada in the second half of this fight with his power in a similar way that he did when he fought Sonny Edwards in the beginning of 2024. So I think this is going to be a really unique fight, but I think Bam Rodriguez is going to reclaim that WBC super flyweight title that he never lost. And I think he's going to knock out Juan Estrada, sending huge shockwaves to the super flyweight division in the sport of boxing this weekend. But that is my fight prediction between Bam Rodriguez and Juan Estrada. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.